My name is Michael Angelopoulos and I teach production design. My path towards production design is similar to that of many production designers insofar as we all started out doing something else. In my case, this was architecture. And largely as a result of the kind of projects I was approached to do, I moved slowly from architecture to interior design and then on to temporary design environments such as exhibitions, installations, expos and events. As a result of that work, I was approached to do stage set design for theatre and then after that production design for film. In essence, what a production designer does is take decisions about what everything that appears in front of the camera looks like. From the architecture in a scene down to what wristwatch a character might be wearing. Everything that appears within the frame of a shot has the potential to communicate meaning. And it's the production designer's responsibility to ensure that everything that appears within the shot is communicating the correct meanings in order to support the story and also the director's vision for that story. The production designer is ultimately responsible for creating the physical world within which the actors perform their action and dialogue. To do this successfully, a production designer needs a range of skills. The ability to read a screenplay and then visualize the world of the story. That is, the environments in which the action and dialogue will take place. They need the ability to research what different periods and places in history look like, the architecture, the furniture, the styles, fashions, colors and textures of an era. They need the ability to be able to communicate these ideas in the form of a number of different types of drawings, conceptual drawings, storyboards, and technical drawings. The ability to design and then construct these ideas in the form of sets, props, models, miniatures, costumes, hair and makeup effects. The ability to organize, schedule and budget a series of complex or a sequence of complex activities that involve a lot of people towards achieving these constructions. And doing this all in a manner that is a sensitive interpretation of both the story and the director's best intentions for the film. The course is divided into 3 phases that roughly correspond to the 3 years of study. These phases are the fundamentals, experimentation, and implementation. The fundamentals we deal with in first year predominantly, and this is where we learn the basics of what everything is, what it is called, how it works, why we use it, and how to use it. The experimentation in second year is where we take what we've learned in first year and explore its possibilities in a much freer, creative environment. In third year, the implementation is the final phase in which we apply what we've learned in the first 2 years to projects that are slightly more complex. And the aim there is to force students into discovering a personal voice as a visual designer and storyteller. Across all 3 years, most of the learning takes place through tackling practical projects that increase in their scope and complexity as the 3 years progress. The kind of student who's attracted to production design, in a sense, is an all-rounder. Someone who is creative, conceptually strong, likes drawing and constructing all sorts of things with their hands, but at the same time enjoys researching, organizing, planning, and getting people to work together in teams. The major quality, though, that a good production designer needs is an intense interest in the world, the ability to notice how and why the things around them are the way they are. Because if you have this understanding, it becomes really easy to recreate that for the camera. Production design is an essential component of any audiovisual production. Without it, actors would be reduced to performing their actions and dialogue naked in an empty, purely white world that has no edges. The action and dialogue in an audiovisual production always takes place within a physical environment, whether this is a 16th century castle or the studio environment around a news presenter. The physical environment is integral to being able to communicate the production's intentions. Without it, there is no world for the action and dialogue to take place within. So all audiovisual productions require production design, and job opportunities exist across the full spectrum of the audiovisual industry, from film to TV and advertising. In addition, production design knowledge and skills are applicable to a wide range of disciplines other than the audiovisual industry. Anything that requires a thematically driven temporary design solution is a potential job opportunity for a production designer. This includes things like fashion shows, car launches, events, exhibitions, installations, expos, photographic shoots, music videos, music concerts and festivals. Almost anything you can think of that requires a temporary environment to be built is potentially a production design job. So there's no shortage of job opportunities for a production designer once they have qualified. The problem is not so much finding a job, but in deciding which of the many jobs available to you at any one time you're going to accept.